Hey, it's Mort here. This is Sitting Around with Mort. It's January the 15th. I'm waiting for DoorDash orders. I'm not in a good mood. I just did a catering order. Didn't pay out where I would have expected it to. I mean, I try not to get frustrated by the lack of control we have when we work with these apps. I try really hard. I've got it good. I know I have a lot of things that I've figured out, but eventually, because of the way the system works, eventually you get tricked into doing something you don't want to do. And you really just don't have much of a choice on it. Like the catering order, I could have canceled when I figured out what was going on with it, but it was only 5 more minutes of my time, so I just dropped it off. I mean, it's a constant struggle with me. It's like, am am I letting them by finishing the order? I could have canceled, not finished the order, and left because this restaurant brand shows us the receipt, and it showed me the tip, and I could have just left right there, left them the food, canceled it, let them find another driver. But I delivered it because in the past this restaurant brand has tipped us well, and I've known they've tipped me well, so it wasn't their fault. It wasn't their fault. It was the customer's fault. It was DoorDash's fault for not showing me enough information. It was my fault for accepting because it was a hotel, and part of the way I gain control is I limit deliveries to certain places, and one of those places is hotels. And that was definitely my one hotel delivery for Saturday. Maybe later tonight I'll do another one, but that was definitely my one as far as the catering orders are. That was definitely my only one going to a hotel. So I want to get as much control as possible back from DoorDash, from Uber, from any app. And that starts with that's hard. That starts with trying to all the videos I make about how I've tried to figure out how they're disguising things, where they're sending the orders, where I need to sit at. All this stuff is designed to give me control back. I want to be in control. I want to be able to say that if I do this delivery, I get paid this much minimum. If I do this delivery, I get paid this much minimum. And I do not like it when I get paid less than what I should be. This is my business. I should be able to set the rates, and I should have full control over what I do. And I understand DoorDash, for whatever reason, has this hidden tip system. Uber has it. Grubhub doesn't have it, but you can't get any good orders off of Grubhub in my area. It's next to impossible. So you've got to figure out workarounds. And if you've seen through some of my videos, I have some very good workarounds. And like, since they started this new hidden pay on Drive Catering, I'm building other workarounds. And I have even more workarounds. Maybe some stuff I'm not going to go into, but I am determined to regain as much control as I can for as long as I can so I can make as much as money as I can. Because I think that's where the frustration is. Because we have so little control. And I'm making this today while I wait for this order just to say, think of a way to gain any bit of control back to yourself. However you can think of, start thinking of a way, because and don't rely on anybody else. I know a lot of you are hoping that a certain app will update and they'll be able to provide for you, but that's not getting control. That's somebody else providing you control, and that's a short-term solution. I think that's been shown to be a short-term solution. I mean, credit to you if you want to do that, but I want to gain control up here. This is why I don't use an app to tell me the subtotal. I memorize menus. I memorize some items, and I know. And I use that to know. Because I want to have as much control here. I don't want to have it on some app. I don't want to have it some other person come in. I want to be in control of everything, and I want as few people in between my money and me as possible. And I'll be quite honest with you. As honest as I can be, I have a lot of control over what I do during the day. And you'll have to look at some of my past videos on the results or some things maybe I posted Discord, but I think I have a lot of control because I've been struggling for about a year and a half to make sure I keep as much control and read as between the lines as possible of DoorDash. So this is just a suggestion. All the things I say are suggestions, but you've really, really got to think of a way to be in control of what you do. You've got to think of it, and I think a lot of us do. A lot of us will prefer one area to deliver to than the other. Maybe you prefer certain restaurants than other restaurants, perhaps for different reasons. But there's so many things. And maybe you try to find hidden tips so you can gain some control that way. Everything is good, but just keep trying to get as much control as possible. As much control as possible. Keep thinking of new ways to do it. The more control you take, the more control the person working next to you takes, and the person working next to them, that is what's going to gradually improve the situation. When there are dedicated delivery businesses out here, from us Dashers or Uber Eats or Grubhubbers or whatever, when we're in more control, they have to pay us more. When we're in less control, they pay us less. And this is not an easy thing to do, but you have to think of a way. There's a way. I know there's a way out there. Maybe I haven't thought of it. Maybe you haven't thought of it, but maybe somebody out there has thought of a way. But just gain as much control as possible. And also, just to be clear, when I say control, don't try to be ridiculous. Like this was the struggle I was having with this order today. It was like, don't cross the line. Because I was close to saying, you know what, take your order, forget about it. But then I was like, you know what, I'm probably crossing the line. I might piss off the restaurant. It's only like 4 minutes to drop it off. I mean, there's worse paying orders than what I was looking at. So I sucked it up. It was difficult because, I mean, it's not like the restaurant was on time either. They were late about it. I wasn't happy about that. And I just realized that sometimes you're going to have to take one on the chin. And just keep that in mind. The apps have set it up where you're going to take one on the chin, but every day you could take one less on the chin. That's just one more improvement you're going to have out there. So good luck out there, and let's go get them. Get that money. Yeah, let's go.